Hello, this is Rafiq Mansouri on Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023, broadcasting from Phoenix, Arizona. I'd like to welcome you to the No Grace Period podcast, episode 6. I think this would be a good time to talk about something that I really try to stay away from. I've just never been the type of dude to discuss this type of stuff, but it's got to be talked about because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that needs some answers. Joe Biden, man. Biden is about to send another $500 million over to Ukraine when he's already put several $billion into that war. Come on, man. Come on. Another $500 million when there's already been billions spent. Joe Biden, are you half Ukrainian? What's going on with that? The American public, I'm not talking about the ritzy, ultra-rich 1%. I'm talking about the average, everyday, 9-to-5 working people. The middle class, the lower class, right? Pay attention to this. Pay attention to this because this man is throwing money at this war like he got money to burn. And this should show you, if it don't show you nothing else, it should show you one thing. And that is any type of program that could be implemented to help the American public by the government, the money is there for that. The money is there. Let this Ukrainian war show you how much money the government really has to throw around. There's already been billions spent, and this man is talking about spending $500 million more for what he describes as a crucial, critical relationship with Ukraine. I have questions. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a political expert. I'm not well versed on these matters. I'm just a regular blue collar dude just trying to make an honest living, trying to keep up with inflation, pay my taxes, and take care of my family, right? And I don't even watch the news. I don't make it a habit of watching the news or like that because it's doom and gloom half of the time. I don't want to see that, especially at the top of my day before I go tackle my day. Homicides and fires and explosions. I don't want to start my day like that. So I typically don't even watch the news. But from the little bit I have heard, I have questions. What has Ukraine done for the everyday U.S. taxpayer? Exactly what is this relationship, right? What is this relationship that's making Joe Biden and the United States government go so hard for Ukraine? Normally, when you see somebody go that hard for somebody or that hard for a cause, there's some type of benefit on the back end for that person or entity that's expending all this energy and all this money. Right? I mean, this man is going hard for Ukraine. But what has Ukraine ever done for the average U.S. taxpayer? Do they somehow make our health insurance cheaper? Do they make our car insurance cheaper? Do they make our mortgages cheaper? Do they make our credit card interest rates cheaper? Do they help us improve our schools? Do they help us improve our infrastructure? Do they help us strengthen our law enforcement locally? What does Ukraine do for the United States citizen? What do they do for us? What do they do for us that warrants our government to go super hard for Ukraine? Joe Biden is going above and beyond for Ukraine right now. I googled the exact amount that has been spent on this war. I made the mistake of not writing that figure down, but it's I believe it's in the billions. It's up there. It's up there. And at this point, I'm trying to figure, like, is this for military strategic gain? Is Ukraine geographically located in a position that's advantageous to the American military? You know, do we have installations over there or something that will allow us to have quick access to Russia in the event of a war? Are there natural resources over there like oil and diamonds and other, like precious metals that our government has a stake in? What is it that is making our president and his government go so hard for Ukraine? Because to be honest with you, what I feel is going on right now, we basically in war with Russia. We in war with Russia. It's almost like Ukraine is the avatar, and we the ones feeding the avatar weapons to fight Russia with. We involved. The United States is basically at war with Russia. But the way the government is playing it, it's like, okay, it's almost like having a ghostwriter, like in the arts, where if you're a musician, if you are a singer or something, somebody else might be writing the songs for you, but you just go and deliver that song in the studio. You go rap it or sing it in the studio, but somebody else wrote the song. But according to the public, you wrote the song, but you had a ghostwriter. It's almost like that kind of setup with this war, where it's like the United States is a ghost opponent to Russia right now. We in the background feeding Ukraine weapons, sending money over there, sending weapons over there. We at war right now with Russia. It's just that the United States really don't want to get their hands dirty. Ukraine has their hands dirty. They're in it. But no, we don't want to get our hands dirty, but we'll send you some tanks. We'll send you some missiles. We'll send you some technology to help you fight. But this man is saying that we're going to keep doing that until the end. Like he's committed to riding this thing out until the worst possible outcome, or until a peaceful settlement is agreed upon. So the United States is on this wild ride with Joe Biden and the government not knowing where this war is going to lead to. You know, we in the background right now, when I say we, I mean the country, figuratively. We're in the background right now feeding Ukraine all this assistance. We helping them fight. We're helping them fight. We're accomplices. We are accomplices. Russia is being very lenient with us right now because, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like at any given moment, they could be like, hold up, wait a minute. Oh, y'all want beef? So y'all want to send Ukraine all this money and all this technology? We'll bomb you like we just bombed Ukraine. We're going to treat y'all just like we treat Ukraine. And I say that with full knowledge of all the F-16s we got, all the missiles we got, the helicopters. I get it. It's a big pissing contest between the United States and any other country. It's always a pissing contest when it comes to the military might, the might of the military. That's what the United States is about. But swinging back around to my original point, take a look at the money that is being spent on this war. And the next time you hear that this government don't have enough money to implement any type of program that will help U.S. citizens, in your mind, knowing what's been spent on this war, you should be like, I don't want to hear that. That's a flat out lie. Let's just talk about the $500 million by itself. We're not talking about the billions that's already been spent on this war. Let's just talk about the $500 million. The $500 million of additional aid or weapons or technology or whatever he's about to send over to Ukraine. We're not talking about the other chunk of money he's already spent. Let's talk about that $500 million. Do you know how many people can be helped with $500 million? I mean, you can't save the world with $500 million, but there are things that can be done right here in the United States. There's communities and causes right here in the United States that could greatly benefit from that $500 million. You know, but these guys want to play war games. And the thing is, I don't know if it's a need for me to do additional research to really get the specifics on this thing, but from a layman's standpoint, where the money going? What is it? How can I put it? How can I put this? Return on investment. I think that's what I'm trying to get at, right? What does Ukraine do for us, or what is so valuable about Ukraine? What is in Ukraine? What's in that soil? What is their geographical position when it comes to tactical type things with war? What's making Joe Biden go so hard for this little country? Right? What is making him go so hard? Because I almost feel like it's an ego thing at this point. Right? It's an ego thing. I've never heard of Ukraine doing anything to make life in the United States better for its citizens. I've never heard of any type of contribution. On a government level, what they got going on, whatever their little treaties and trade agreements and stuff are, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about feet on the ground, regular, everyday American people. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Asian, whoever you are. You live in the United States, you working or you got a business, you paying taxes. I'm not talking about the people up in the air, the 1% in the United States. I'm not talking about them because they breathe their own air. Their air is separate than ours. The things that affect us, I feel, the things that move us around and shake us, the 1%, they breathe their own air. We down here at the bottom of the mountain, just trying to function and get by. Right? So, to tie it all together, what has Ukraine done for us? The other 99%. The everyday people. I think we deserve some answers. I really do. I really think we deserve really a thorough breakdown as to why all this money can be sent to fight a war in Ukraine. But things that could be implemented to make life easier for U.S. citizens, and it gets locked up in Congress. One or two people vote against it, and then it's shut down or it's delayed. Or, somebody calls for a program to be implemented. There's not enough money for it. No, there is enough money for it. These guys print money like it's going out of style. Tupac said in one of his songs, I think it was "Keep Your Head Up," if I'm not mistaken. If I got the song wrong, please pardon me. But he has a line that says, "Got money for war, but can't feed the poor." And this situation puts that lyric from Tupac in bright lights. That's one of the first things I thought of. Like, man, they got a lot of money for this war. But I'm still walking and driving past people that's sleeping in bus stops or sleeping in tents on the street, or gotta buy, RVs or whatever to sleep in, or sleeping in their cars because the rent is so high in some of these cities. They can't afford the rent. There's problems in the United States that need to be addressed. And it's mind-boggling how much money is being spent on this war. And it all, the way he talking, it almost sounds like a credit card with an unlimited credit limit. We ain't even talking about the trillion or so dollar debt that the United States is in. This man is talking like he got a credit card with no ceiling. Like he could spend however much he want to spend until he get the outcome that he want to see. This is America, people. This is what we dealing with. Home of the free, land of the brave, right? Living here does have its benefits. I'm not going to deny that. But right here, right now, pay attention. If you pay attention, you might learn some things about who's running this country right now. And you may or may not agree with it. Me, I really don't agree with it. My name is Rafiq Mansouri. This is the No Grace Period podcast. As always, thank you for listening. Have a great day.